Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Herman of Herman's Hermits, Peter Noone. Kicks, Silverbird, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be from Paul Revere and the Raiders, Mark Lindsey. Daydream Believer, last train to Clarksville from the Monkees, Davy Jones. And they're next on AM Chicago live from Southfield Mall in Maryville, Indiana.
And welcome to AM Chicago with your honorary Hoosier host, Rob Weller.
Good morning. Good morning. We're at South Lake Mall in Maryville, Indiana. An incredible crowd. Some of these people who are not going to give up, they feel pretty good. We've had people here since 2 o'clock this morning waiting outside in the snow so they could get the good seats. Once again, our guests, Peter Noone, Mark Lindsey, and Davy Jones. Hello. I'm a little curious because it's great fun, first of all, being able to introduce you. Secondly, as you ran out, and lots of good noise, how did it feel?
That was a lot of fun, huh? That was nice. Took me back. I was scared.
No comment.
Doesn't bring back too many memories, huh?
Well, the audience is older. They're about 16 years older than I remember them.
I think they look the same.
I like them when they get a bit older, you know.
And I've noticed there aren't many men here to see this, are there?
I should hope not.
Well, speak for yourself, sailor.
Flattery will get you guys everywhere, but it's time to get down to business a little bit. Out of all your hit songs that you recorded, one line that was your favorite. Peter, let me start with you.
Woke up this morning feeling fine.
I'm gonna get that good thing, baby.
I'm a believer.
Well, I'm a believer. Getting the three of you together was somewhere just left of a miracle. And flying in from London, from California. Peter's here in town, in Chicago, doing Pirates and Penzance. Have you worked together before? Have you been together before, ever?
This is our first brother act we've ever done together.
First time, yeah, it's...
Ladies and gentlemen, the Stamper Brothers, right? Peter, your fondest Paul Revere and the Raiders song?
Well, when I was a little boy, I used to watch them on...
I was a little boy, too.
I know.
I've always been a little boy.
We're setting it up for him here. We've been working on this act. No, I used to watch them on that Dick Clark show, and it was Kicks. I used to always... I even bought that album with that one on Kicks.
Let's see, Mark, let's do the Monkees. What was your favorite Monkees song?
I have to go with Daydream Believer, really.
Yeah, I mean...
Davey, I'll stay in the same country for you. How about your favorite Herman's Hermits song?
Well, I've always been a big fan of Peter's. We're from the same place. We're from the north, Manchester.
We're from the same village.
And mine is something good. Something tells me I'm into something good.
Doesn't he do it well?
Peter, how did that go? How did that go?
Something tells me I'm into something good. But much higher than that.
What's your favorite one that you used to sing, Mark?
That what now? That I?
Yeah, that you're one that you're really sort of in charge out there, and
Oh gosh, well,
I'm trying to get you to sing. That's it.
I like to, they want to sing one of yours.
you guys take it.
I like when he sang Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. That was
Right.
one of my favorite ones.
That was one of my favorites.
I left my heart in San Francisco. Oh.
And My Way.
No, that was my way. You know that joke, don't you?
Let's talk about, since there are a few in the audience today, female fans from the past. I'll try not to get too personal, but just the craziest female fan who would do the wildest thing to get your attention.
I think mine was Pam Dorber.
No, wait a minute. Not a word. I want to hear these answers, okay?
Apparently, I don't remember it because I was busy at the time, but no, but there were a lot of crazy... People used to break into hotel rooms and things like that.
When you were
He used to break into hotel rooms when he was a young boy.
And
That's how I first met him.
that's true.
We were trying to steal the same TV.
The alarm went off, though. It makes a lot of noise, those TV alarms.
Mark?
There was a lady in Atlanta, Georgia that took my pants. I was wearing them at the time. I remember that pretty well.
Yeah, she just said, "Here I am." Where were you at the time?
In Atlanta.
No, I mean, but where in Atlanta?
Oh, we can't talk about that.
Davey, I've got to find out from you.
Well, as the old joke goes, he just told you about the lady in Atlanta, so I can't tell you about her. So let me see, what other state was I in? I've been in a few states, but we had one girl when we was at the Waldorf or someplace in New York that posted herself in a box. To us. Actually, you've heard the story. I mean, it really happened. She actually, they brought her up, the fools, the bellmen, whoever they were, they actually brought this girl up. But she, "Here I am," you know, and she goes, "Oh my God," and she was 12 years old, you know what I mean? Send her back, send her back.
Bring it back in 2 years.
Right. Peter Noone, Mark Lindsey, Davy Jones, South Lake Mall. We'll be right back. What's your name?
Roxana Hanford.
Roxanne, on a pretty wild morning. How do they look?
Oh my God.
That bad, huh?
They look 10 times better than the last time I saw them.
When was the last
New
time?
Orleans.
12 years ago. And they haven't changed a bit, neither have I.
That's right. You look exactly the same.
You agree? They look good, don't they? Thank you, Roxanne. All right, now,
Did I make tattoo?
when the three of you were at the absolute apex, pulled, shoved, grabbed, moved, every day a different city, every night a different auditorium.
Stop that.
You top teen idols. Was there ever a time that you were the loneliest? Or let me be more specific. When were you the loneliest?
Me personally, when I was off the road, I didn't like not being on the road. I enjoyed the road every minute. I enjoyed touring and the hotels and all that. I missed it not working.
Kind of the same here. When I wasn't on the road, I was in the studio or doing television, as I'm sure Davey was, and the only time I got lonely was when I could think, which was never, so.
I mean, but you know, why would you be lonely then? It seems to me you'd be glad about a little,
Because there's such turmoil, such chaos continuously that you kind of miss the absence of this dull roar continuously.
You get hungry for it, Davy?
I don't know what he said. It's amazing.
I'm not sure what I
I'm
said
confused.
myself.
No, it is. It's very, you know, they say it's very lonely at the top there, you know. Well, we were all sort of, well, I know that Peter and I were in our teens. I'm not sure about Mark.
I was
but,
in my late 40s at the time.
It does. It's very lonely, you know what I mean? With all the...
Yeah, but I guess that's what I'm saying. Why is it lonely at the top?
I don't know, because, you know, the policemen are on the floors there, and they lock your door and say, we'll let you out tomorrow morning.
I'd send the policeman home, me, so that I could meet people. I used to like to meet people on the road. I still like to meet people. And it's very exciting when you're 15 or 16 and girls come up to you and ask you for dates, because it's usually the opposite, and it's it's embarrassing sometimes to ask girls for dates. But in those days, you're in this rock and roll band. I never had one moment of loneliness. I really didn't. I was lonely when I went back home and I had to spend the weekend with my mother and father, because they were quite boring after being on the road, if you know what I mean.
I guess that's kind of the point, though. I mean, what do you go through? Those thinking times. You're there all by yourself. Did you ever worry? Did you ever say to yourself, tomorrow I'll go back out and it'll be over?
Yeah, you do. You kind of think, well, when it's really happening for you, when the monkeys were really, really big, I never ever thought that it would ever end. I thought that this is the way I'd spend the rest of my life. I'd be a little old man singing, hey, hey, we're the monkey.
That's true, yeah, I did as well.
But those times when you're lonely, you have a little guitar in your room and you write a song or you write a letter, you take care of business, things that you're a normal person, really. You just get all these other things that are part of your life, like the limousines and the Learjets and the hotels and the vacations and the, you know, all those kinds of good things.
Actually, the loneliness was constructive because that's when you could write the songs that came from the heart. So it was a very constructive part of the business, actually.
I don't mean to be personal, so let's move it back 20 years, because you guys have gone through a lot of changes. Did you make a lot of money back then?
I don't know. I wasn't in it for the money, actually. I really wasn't in it for the money, so I don't know what is a lot of money. I mean, I got some money for it, but I just had such a good time being in the rock and roll business, which is my dream came true.
Did you spend it all, Peter?
Sure, everything they gave me, I spent. That's what money's for. I still do. Every penny I make, I spend.
You don't have much of a savings account, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, anything apart from what is to be saved, to not for when you're old.
You spend it.
Everything else I spent.
Mark, Davy, did you guys go through money?
Yeah, a lot of money.
Like water?
We made a lot of money because record royalties sometimes are very big. We sold lots and lots of records, the Monkees. I spent a lot of money. I bought one or two things. I have some race horses now, and I ride, and I spend mostly on things that give me pleasure, like my horses, or like my family, or my friends.
You put the horses first, did you know?
Yeah, the horses.
I said to my wife, next to my horse, I love you the most. She wasn't too.
What a guy, what a guy. Speaking of guys, how did guys react to you? I mean, we know that you were talking about the 15-year-old girls, and the girls would scream, but what about their boyfriends? Did they like you?
A lot of guys say, hey, thanks for the music from that time. They don't say thanks, gee, I used to watch you on, in 16 magazine, but they like the songs, they like the music.
I think all those three bands made good records, so...
Hear, hear.
Oh, us.
Yeah, the fact that people still remember us, there's a lot of guys, I mean, like yourself, anybody who was around at that time could not be unaware of the fact that we existed, and there was a lot of bloody good records.
It was a happy time. The music was happy. Sing along. Lyrics you can remember. Love. I remember when the boys liked girls and the girls liked boys.
All right, I'll tell you what.
And the only person to swing both ways was Tarzan. Remember?
Let's talk about that when we come back. We've got to break away again. We'll be right back at South Lake Mall. Peter Noone, Mark Lindsey, Davy Jones. Just for a moment, how many of you brought down some old memorabilia? Hold it up a little bit so we can see it. I've got Herman's Hermits sweatshirts, Paul Revere and the Raiders' greatest hits, the Monkees, all of it. Look at all
Dave Clark 5 over here.
I've got another one right here. Melody, stand up for a second. What is this?
The lock of Mark Lindsey's hair
You're kidding.
Where did you get a lock of Mark Lindsey's hair?
at the Sherwood Club in Cherville 12 years ago.
12 years ago. Can I borrow this for just a second? Mark, excuse me.
The same color? Let me see it.
Not too bad.
There's not as much gray in my hair today, I notice.
Looks pretty good. Why were you giving hair away, Mark?
Oh, I don't know. This is some program to the needy, I guess.
Thanks,
I think there was a contest. Oh no, what was it? Not. Was there? What happened?
Take your time now,
Don't
Mark.
tell me.
Just go
It
ahead.
was some kind of contest.
I think if we sold 3 billion records, something, I'd cut off my ponytail or something.
Melody, just one thing. Would you give him his pants back, too? I found out that contest was in Atlanta, Georgia. Stand up for a second. Hi, your name?
Cami Kohler,
Okay, Cammy, where are you from?
Crown Point.
All right, go ahead.
Whatever became of all the other monkeys?
The other monkeys? Well, Mickey Dolenz has been in England directing television, and he has a TV show he produces over there. Peter Tork is touring. He has a band. And I think Mike Nesmith won an Emmy last night.
A Grammy.
A Grammy, right. For elephant parts.
Right.
Don't ask me, you know what I mean?
Mark, you see any of the guys from the Raiders?
As a matter of fact, I saw Paul and a group of Raiders, new guys, which they. By the way, Paul says to say hello to everybody that came out and saw him at the Blue Max when he was in Chicago about a couple of months ago. I saw him just about 2 weeks ago. I'm going back to Reno Saturday, and I'm going to be producing the group and writing some stuff for them.
So you're going back to work with them?
Well, I'll be producing and writing for the Raiders, so Paul and the Raiders will be on the scene again.
Oh.
Got some good songs.
Herman, I've got to ask you the same thing. I mean, Peter from Herman's Hermits.
That's okay, you can call me Herman.
Herman?
And, well, last night I spoke to Barry Whitworm, and they've got a band together, him and Derek Leckenby, the guitarist. And they're going to be touring in America again as Herman's Hermits. They keep touring and touring and touring.
But with or without you?
Well, without me, definitely. I'm in a new band.
We're going to show something new here in just a little bit.
Are you?
Your name?
Sue Tylecki from Maryville. And my question's for Mark. I first want to tell you you're definitely a 10.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you, your ponytail that you always had, was that really yours?
That was mine. That was
Did you
mine.
cut it off and keep it? Or
I wish I had it. I wish I'd bronzed it and had it on the wall now, but parts of it went out in contests, and the rest of it
Stand up here for a second.
dissolved.
Hi, your name?
Ellen Albino, Michigan City, Indiana. Peter, did you write Henry VIII?
No, it was written in 1920, actually, by a fella called... I think it was written by Harry Champion. Do you know Davy who wrote that? He had the first hit with it in 1922. And then a Joe Brown had it in the 50s, and then I did it here in the 60s.
Okay, another quick question. Hi, your name?
Chris Graybeck from Lowell, Indiana. Davy. How many years were the monkeys together?
We got together in 65. The show was on 66, 7, 8. And it's been rerun and rerun. I was just told on the way up, they finally got it down there in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Finally, took all
It
these
went
years.
into about 36 countries. It's played over and over and over again. It's amazing.
Just another moment or two. Your name?
Linda Navarro from Maryville.
Look at all the stuff that Linda brought. These are all Herman's Hermits.
Yes, I had 14, 15 years.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to know if any of you have been married and have children.
Good idea. Let's start with Peter.
I've been married, and I am married. I've been married to the same person for 13 years.
Any little hermits?
No, thank you. No, I'm waiting till I grow up.
Mark?
I was married. I've been divorced now about a year and no children.
Okay. Davey?
I'm looking.
You are looking? Is that
Always. Sure, why not?
I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old daughter, my first marriage. And now I have a new 1981 model wife. I have a little baby that's 5 months old and born in the same hospital as Peter in England, in Davyhulme Park Hospital.
What'd you name the baby?
This one's called Jessica. All girls. Jessica, Talia, and Sarah.
Oh, I love it. All right. We'll be right back in a second. Stay with us. South Lake Mall. Tomorrow here at South Lake Mall, Mary Ellen Pinkham is going to be with us. We're going to have a household hint-off. And if you are coming down tomorrow, bring any problem, if you got a little swatch of carpet, or if you have that beautiful tabletop cover that you put on and somebody spilled red wine, bring it down here tomorrow. We'll have Mary Ellen see if she can help you out with your problems. We were talking about little memorabilia. We've got to show them this magazine, Dave.
I went through my dad's sort of like little box. He's got all this stuff. This is a picture of Mark. I wonder what happened to that piece of hair in the front there.
Can I hold? Let me hold that up for a second.
But the idea was on the front of this magazine here, it says Herman's future, and it says Davy's past or something, and then it says here, Mark, the tears he tried to hide, you know what I mean? And I read it on the plane, and it says, learn his innermost secrets. Some of his secrets Mark doesn't even know himself, you know? Really weird.
This is February, and it was 25 cents, and it doesn't give the year.
66, I think.
1966.
A wonderful year for wine, too.
Yeah. It was. Mark, I want to... or Davey, or Peter, excuse me. We've got this.
Davy, Mark, Peter.
I can't keep all you guys straight. What's this one? Right now?
Oh, this is my new record. I've got a new one. It's coming out on Epic in about March 26th. How long ago is that? How long soon?
That'll be pretty soon. That'll be about 29 days or something of that
Sounds
sort.
about right,
And this is
yeah.
you by yourself?
Yeah, well, there are other musicians on it with me.
Well, I know, but there's, once again, no hermits. We don't want to give a false impression.
Right.
And Mark, how about yourself?
As a matter of fact, I'm going to New York to talk to the people at CBS about doing some recording myself.
And we
Good, let's have some records from him, eh?
After all these years.
Davey.
Well, my plans are to win the Kentucky Derby next year.
Peter Noone, Mark Lindsey, and Davy Jones, thank you for being with us.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow on AM.